has a whole lot of value in the kitchen for me. Just think of a fruit that you pick from the tree. You just crunch into it. The juice goes everywhere. It's very tart or very sweet. You bring it to the kitchen. You can bake it. You can make a dessert. You can make a refreshing soup for the summer. You can make a main dish. There's so many ideas. I love working with fruit. My husband and I, we have a fruit farm in Niagara, and we have this restaurant in our barn, and of course I cook my fruit in the restaurant. Let me show you what I can do with the simple grapefruit. Okay, let's get this out of the way. There's pink and there's white grapefruit. There's also red grapefruit. So how about if we make a grapefruit Alaska? Wouldn't that sound great? See how beautiful this is here? All right, to take the segments out, I simply cut right over the membrane and you pop it right out. There you go. Now one more. Now to scoop the inside, because we don't need the inside part, this is a good trick actually, just an ice cream scoop. You might get some in your eyeballs, but just to get the extra juice out. Of course, I don't throw the juice out because, hey, that's extra flavor. Thanks. Just like that, and you just scrape. I'm doing this so that the membrane right here, this is what gives a little bit of a bitter part to the grapefruit. And I'm taking the pith, which is the white part, right here, right out. So I'm just scooping like this. Okay, now all the meat is taken out. Now here's another good trick. I'm doing baked Alaska like this, so if you want the bottom to stay straight, you just do a little butt here. You don't want to go all the way through in. Good. Okay, so now our nice pulp here, very, very sweet, especially the pink one. You put just a little bit of sugar to try to create a little bit of caramel. And I scoop them right in the bottom. You can put as much as you want. This actually smells like Florida. I have some ice cream. You can use any flavor, but vanilla really, it's a great match. You put it right on top. If you break it, it doesn't matter actually, you can reform it. All right, now in the freezer it goes. There you go, thanks. Now I'm putting it in the freezer for a purpose. I'm actually trying to freeze the ice cream and the grapefruit just so it actually doesn't escape when I cook it. I have some egg whites right here that I put in a blender like this. All right, a little noise. Now I'm getting this to soft peaks. That means when I'm going to pull the whisk out, it's just going to fall a little bit. And then I can add my sugar. All right, you see this here? Oops, let me just attach this. This is soft peaks. Now, I stopped it here because I need to add sugar. And you don't do this before you add, it's at the soft peak reach. Again, more mixing. Okay, this is done. You see how stiff that is? That's crazy. Now I did this. You don't overmix the egg whites because if not, if you overmix them, actually they'll become dry and that's not a good thing. But this is perfect, you see? Okay, pretty good too. Now remember our grapefruit, they're all frozen like solid, right? And that's a good thing. That's exactly what we're looking for. Now this meringue here, this is gonna be almost like a insulation. So you wanna cover every single part. I'm just doing a rough first coating right here. Oops. Just like that. Now, it's important to seal the edges. That's the trick here. Now, I didn't tell you that part, but that's the crazy part now. It's going in the oven. Now you don't have to worry that the ice cream is going to melt because that's why we froze it before. You see the sizzling? That's pretty good stuff. All right. Now it's cooking for 8 to 10 minutes and you see that? Isn't that wicked? Huh. Pretty good, eh? All right, guys. Let's see if we can have a little taste of this guy. You like it, guys?
It's very good.
It's good, huh?
Thank you, Chef.
Wicked. All right, now here's 2 more fruits that I know you know already. Honeydew melon and cantaloupe. So melons are very, very versatile. Again, I'm going to show you 3 really, really cool appetizers you can do for the summer. All right, we're going to start with 2 sauces. The first one with balsamic. There you go. A little bit of sugar. That'll bring out the acidity in the balsamic, and some mint that Eric has chopped. Thank you very much. Wonderful. This smells so fresh. Wicked. Now, the trick here is to let this steep. You want to concentrate the flavors and get the mint to interact with the balsamic. All right, now I have one that's been steeping right here. You see this? It's very liquidy, but the mint has changed color, but it doesn't really matter. So you just put it in the tamis like this and you squish it up just to get all the flavors right in here. All right. Very refreshing. I have some beautiful melons here. Cantaloupes with a little prosciutto. That's really the perfect match. And if you want a cool trick, you just make a little cut in the cantaloupe so that the marinade or the dressing can go right in. Isn't that cool? That's pretty easy, isn't it? All right, now this sauce that I made was raw. I'm going to show you one that's cooked. I have this pot here with a little bit of sugar. This is for a second sauce, a little bit of water, and it's equal parts. Now there's a big fancy cooking word that means simple syrup. This is what I'm doing. I'm bringing it to a boil, and then that's it. That's the sauce. I add some mint, and we let it steep again. Now after it brings to the boil and simmers for 2 minutes, this is what I get here. You see that? Very glossy. Again, I strain it. You could leave it like this, but really, I mean, you get a nicer texture if you strain it. So again, I push it right in. Now here's a funny little twist here. Some port, why not? Just like that. All right. You see the color? It's beautiful. And the texture, it's really syrupy. That's going to taste fantastic. The port actually brings this really sweetness in the melon. And just like that on top. That's easy, isn't it? There you go. Second appetizer, done. All right. Now, when you're on a patio in the summer, I can't ask for nothing better than a melon soup, really. It's so refreshing and very minty. So, honeydew, this is the simplest recipe on the planet. A little bit of sugar, a little bit of salt, and some lime. Little salt, little mint, of course, right? And that's it. You just chop it. And that's done. Now again, I know I'm annoying with this, but steeping is so important. I have one that's been cooled in the fridge, and you want that just to get that refreshing flavor. You see this? Isn't that cool? Oh, that's gonna taste absolutely marvelous. All right, guys. I would love to try this. You see how great that is? Wicked color, just from the mint, actually. Okay, and then you just ladle as much as you want. This is gonna be an explosion of flavor in your mouth. It's gonna be so refreshing. A little glass of rosé, maybe, why not? A little bit of lemon balm. Doesn't that look refreshing already? All right, guys, you want to dig in? I'm keeping this one because it's so pretty.
Thank you very much.
Go ahead. This is very, very sweet.
I like the saltiness with the sweetness.
See, on the patio in the summer, I think this is the best. You can use this as a sipping soup, a little shot with a little vodka maybe, I don't know. How's this one with the port? Cranberries, doesn't that remind you of winter? Winter or Christmas? All right, how about making cranberry egg benedict? How nice would that sound for Sunday brunch? Or actually, you don't need an occasion to eat this one. I have these cranberry muffin tops right here that I just ripped out. This is the healthier part of it, let's say. And you want to make them flat, so just do a little butt, just like that. All right, now for this, I need a hollandaise sauce. So let me show you how to do this hollandaise sauce. Very, very easy. I have some cranberry juice, a little bit of salt, a little bit of parsley, just ripped out to get the essential oils out. A little bit of peppercorns, just like that. All right, this goes to a boil. It reduces down, and let me show you what it looks like right here after it's steeped. You see it's thicker, it's darker, richer. It actually smells very acidy from the cranberries. All right.
Go, Chef.
Thanks, Tom. All right, Tom has beaten some egg yolks. Just, to break them down, I need to bring this to a ribbon stage. But before that, I need to add the reduction I made before. So you strain it because you don't want all the peppercorns and all this stuff in. There you go. Thanks. And now you can't answer the phone when you start making a hollandaise because you don't want the eggs to scramble. So over a double boiler that I'll just crank up the heat a little. So water in a bain-marie and then a bowl just like this on top. You don't get the heat directly on the eggs, just the steam that's actually going to cook it. And you just whisk, whisk, whisk. All right, you see here, this is like the ribbon stage. It's thickened, the eggs are cooked, and now I'm ready to incorporate the fat into it. Now here's a cool trick. I have this rag here, this wet rag, I'm putting as a circle, and you just sit your bowl in it, and that's, if you have nobody to help you do this hollandaise, the bowl will never slide on you. You see here, clarified butter? It's actually butter that has been melting on the stove, and we've taken the milk solid and the salt right out of the butter here. A little pepper. Okay. Now to this, the only thing I need to add is a little bit of lemon to give it a kick. little bit of acidity never hurt, does it? All right, we have the bottom, we have the top with the hollandaise. Now we need the eggs, right? You can't have eggs Benedict without eggs. So right here I have a pot of semi-boiling water, and I'm doing poached eggs. So to this water I'm adding vinegar. You see a little bit of bubbles are starting. Just a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of salt, and you take your egg. First you take a spatula and you give it a swirl here, just like that. And you gently dump your egg in there. And you just continue swirling. If you see what happens, the egg is actually coagulating. The vinegar is actually helping to coagulate the white on the egg right here. And you don't actually touch the egg. You just move the water around to have it like a little envelope or something like that. Okay, these are ready. You see this? All wiggly. If I touch the yolk, it's very fragile, but it's good. It's just a little wiggly. So this is a sensitive part here. You just put it on your towel like that to drain the excess moisture. These are perfect. Do a little tap like this. All right, very good. Little salt. Now let me show you how we plate this one. Okay, so we have our muffins here, just like that, our eggs. Now you have to be very gentle when you go like this. You lift it up a little, you put it right on top. If it breaks, it's okay, it adds to the show, I guess. The last one. Okay, now for our luscious hollandaise sauce. This is the fatty part of this breakfast, but it's okay. Just do an hour more on the treadmill. There you go. A little more cranberries maybe, a little greenery, a little parsley. We should dig in. Apples. You see this? This is a charlotte. I'll show you what it looks like. But first, look at this beautiful little bit of bread, and there's an apple surprise inside. All right, Tom has buttered some bread right here. We need to put a bottom, sides obviously, and now for the mixture. Beautiful apples. Granny Smith is actually an apple that's a little bit tart. You can use Mutsu, you can use Ida Red, lots of apple choices. Thanks, Eric. Sure. Wonderful. All right, so I have a little bit of melted butter, and I add diced apples just like this. I put a parchment paper with a little hole in it. This will actually help so it doesn't oxidize the color of the apple. It doesn't get brown on you. All right, I cook this, 2, 3, 4 minutes, and there you go. You hear this? This is love. It smells delicious already, but we are gonna help it just a little bit by adding some brown sugar. So just a little bit. This will caramelize it and give it a really extra sweet flavor. We have some raisins, a little bit of walnuts right here. Crystallized ginger. This is very sweet, but it really adds a crunch and a bite to it. A little bit of fresh ginger. For the spice, cinnamon, of course, perfect match with apples. And this here is marmalade, orange marmalade. It's just to give it a little bit of a gloss. And you just twirl this around. A little bit of lemon zest like this. You don't need a whole lot. It's just going to bring a refreshing taste to it. All right. And this needs to cook just until all the brown sugar caramelizes. So maybe, 10 minutes. So we let this cook. Then, like right here. Oh, this smells like Christmas. So spicy. I let this cool, and you'll know why. Come with me, I'll show you. All right. Remember our mold here with the bread? I take this pan, and I add all the mixture in. If you were to add it when it's hot, it would actually make the walls collapse a little bit. I put butter on the bread just to make it, when you cook it in the oven, it'll actually brown the sides, and it'll almost, not caramelize the bread, but toast it. Make sure it's all good. You can fold the sides, just like that, and in the oven it goes. All right. Now I'm baking this just until the sides become brown. All the flavor from the apple is going to push in the walls of the bread. It'll be fantastic. All right, you see? So you saw this at the beginning here, but I'm not done with it. I have this wicked jelly right here, apricot jelly just on top. Try this?
I'd love to.
Let's dig in. This is good, eh?
This is really rich.
You have the surprise of the apple inside. It's very fresh and spicy. You know, oh, I love that.
Excellent job, chef.
Good work.